What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel for another GSPro round here in the Backyard Simulator. As for today's video, we are doing a self-selected course by yours truly over here. Kind of mentioned it a few videos ago when I had a rough time playing DPC Sawgrass, aka DPC Sawgrass, that I wanted to play some of these really famous ones just in case for whatever reason GSPro runs into issues and they have to pull some down, which I know has happened to some pretty famous courses. But for this course we are playing DPC Pebble, aka Pebble Beach, in Pebble Beach, California. The course designers here I had written down are Cook23 and Soupy, so I'm assuming it was a collab between two different people. I guess they both worked on it, I'm assuming. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong there, but second round of today, played decent on the first round. Was kind of warmer weather. It's beautiful out today, sunny and 75. Got the short sleeves out for the first time this season to swing it a little bit quicker, not as quite restricted. Was going after things a little bit more with driver. Got up to I think 109, at least from what the Garmin read on clubhead speed, so you can definitely feel some fatigue and lower back kind of soreness creeping in here. So I'm not going to swing quite as hard with driver, especially off the tee for this shot or for this round, and challenging course from the furthest back tees, so I'm going to need some more geared down, more controlled type swings, I think. Otherwise I'm looking at probably a pretty high score here, but we'll see how we do. For the rundown, everything's linked down below in the description. I'd appreciate if you guys check out those Amazon links right before you do any of your regular Amazon shopping. Again, doesn't have to be anything that's linked directly that you guys have to purchase, just anything in general that you buy on Amazon. Doesn't cost you a penny more if you just click on those links first and then buy whatever you're going to buy. Great way to support the channel at no additional cost. But Garmin Approach R10 behind me on a DIY level stand. Country Club Elite mat, DIY stance mat. Got a pile of Callaway super fast balls back there. 10x7 nets, which are holding up good, and GSPro you're seeing as the simulator software on my gaming laptop over here. So without further ado, DPC Pebble, aka you know what it is. World famous course, probably a top 5 or 10 course in the world that is most recognizable, but we'll see how we do here from the back tees. First hole, par 4, 382. Let's hit this flyover. Some kind of noise going on in the background. I don't know if that's cars or trains or something. Sounds like something's going on, but pretty narrow fairway, dogleg right. Again, I'm gonna have to I think gear down on some of these shots and really try to hit fairways and hit greens to be able to put up a decent score here. Let's see where we're aimed. Gonna have to try to cut the corner at least a little bit. There's a tree at that corner, which I don't love, but pretty narrow landing spot. We're gonna have to go right, hopefully over those trees, in between those on the corner there. But Sim 2 has been good to me as of late since I got it, so hopefully this saves me. Hopefully my wedges are better. Been struggling a little bit with iron striking, so hopefully those take a turn for the better. But see how we do here. First tee shot, second round of today. Oh, and that was thin and very heely. That's gonna fade more than I want. Get through those. Oh, okay. Lucky and or unlucky bounce, depending on how you look at it. Only 221 off the tree on that one. Not the best. Definitely said I was swinging it. Gonna swing it a little bit slower. Only 103 on the club speed on that one, and actually 103 is not even that bad. It's just 136 on the ball speed because I hit that so bad. That's not ideal. 221 first tee shot. Yikes. Alright, now talk about putting ourselves in good spots. I gotta hit like a punch shot underneath this tree and kind of slice fade it. So we got 145. We're in the rough, which is gonna be 6%, up 5 yards. So we got like 150, and I think I either gotta punch it low or just try to blast it through. So we're gonna go here. What am I gonna hit? I guess I'll try the I don't know. I guess this will be a good showcase kind of a good reason why to get something like this. I'm gonna hit a low punch 5 and see if I can get it right. Usually, if I have another shot like this, and usually I would just probably hit just my regular 9-iron and see if I get lucky through the trees. But a shot like this is a big reason why I got the simulator in the first place, because shots like this, you don't really practice low punch 5 irons on the range. So this is a good example of something that forced me to hit a shot that I usually wouldn't do for like a practice round. But let's see what we can do with a punch low 5-iron. I'm actually gonna move it back here. Gotta keep this low under the tree. Kind of hood it down a little bit. Well, I struck it good. Sit. Alright, hit it too good, but I mean from that, that's a really good shot. I'm very happy with that, and it's coming back a little bit too. That should be a par. Maybe I need to do that more often. That was hit good. That felt good too. Is it still going? Alright, let's fast forward, hold down the space bar. Alright, par on the first hole. Second hole, par 5, 514. I mentioned at the end of the last video because my average handicap was all jacked up. I deleted the round within Ferry Point, the one that I think was causing the issue. So we'll have to see at the end of this round if my average is back in line of what it should be from my courses without that negative 577 score. 514, let's hit the flyover. I don't know what that sound is. I can hear it. I have my sound on my laptop at 50%, but it just sounds like almost like a turbine, or it's like something that's just like, it sounds like a motor just running in the background. But it has to be somewhere, something to do with in the game. Almost sounds like a highway or train tracks. Actually, it could be the ocean. Maybe that's what it is. It doesn't really sound like waves crashing. It's just kind of like a fan noise almost, but, and it's not the fans that I have going out here. All right, aim there. Let's square this up a little bit better, hopefully. Better, a little bit heely. May actually draw a little bit, and it is. Better swing, good read from the R10. Only 99 on that one, but ball speed was up a little bit. That was more of what I was talking about, kind of gearing down, more of a fairway finder type of shot. Should have done that on the first one. We got some pretty iconic picturesque holes coming up here on this course, so I'm sure you guys, I've mentioned it before, I'm not a super golf aficionado. I watch and play a good amount, but I don't have like courses memorized of like, some people have like Augusta memorized by heart, all the different layouts of the holes and all the names and everything, and I'm sure this is another course too, but I know we have some cool ones coming up. So 249 left. Let's try, let's go 3-wood, I guess. I was debating 4 hybrid, but let's just hit the 3-wood. I'm trying to hit this more. And that's been the story of today. Low, thin, heely, but this could work out. Probably gonna stop in the rough, and it does, but for a miss hit, what do we get out of that? Maybe 220, 230, 228. That would be a cool shot if I was trying to do that, a low piercing 3-wood, but that was just miss hit low in the face. Leaves us with 21 yards left. It's gonna come out right. We got a little bit of an upslope, which is good, and the green looks like it's slanting that way too. So we're gonna aim there, open up a 60, and try to fly this just shy of 20. Let it roll out just a little bit. Hopefully we get the distance right. Chunked it a little bit, but that could work out. Wow, that's still long. I think that was one of those chunk shots that on course that would have came up short, but you hit it fat on this artificial mat and it basically drop kicks the club into the ball and almost accelerates it a little bit. Not the best wedge shot there, but looks like we got another par, so we're even through 2. Third hole, par 4, 402. It's got to be the ocean now that I think about it with the noise. I usually have that Caddyshack round was the only one that I had it at 100%. Usually I turn the game volume down to like 5 or 10%. So you guys should be hearing that in the background, just kind of like white noise, but. All right, another narrow tee shot here, 266 there. We got trees there. Actually, I don't know if I love that. I think I'm gonna leave it there. Realistically, this calls for a draw, which I can't really do on command. So we'll go there, and so be it. If it's long into those bunkers, left or right, that should be the most forgiving line for a two-way miss. Cool. Left the club face open, but right out of the middle of the club face, it was just low. 265 into the rough leaves us with 165 down 5, and the rough is 6%. So 160, and what's 6%? 10% would be 16. So like 8-9 yards. I think I'm still gonna hit an 8. Gonna come out left. We're on a downslope, so that should help with a little extra distance. Should be lower spinning, and the left is fine. I'm actually gonna aim even a little bit more that way. This will probably fade a little bit, but just trying to hit a solid 8 up there. Gonna try my best. Obviously, I try to score the best that I can, but trying to keep this somewhere around even par, because I know we got some ocean holes coming up that could easily blow up the scorecard. Hit decent, but I pulled it a little bit and it was toey. It looks like it's fading back. All right, into the rough. Now I'm gearing down too much, taking too much off of these. Trying to swing easier. Gripping and ripping is just so much fun, but sometimes it gets me in trouble. May need to go a little bit more towards back towards that rather. 10 yards. Down slope, so I gotta launch this pretty high and pretty soft. Aim about there. This should be interesting. I'm gonna open this up about as much as I can. That may actually be pretty good. Sit. All right. It's about as, oh, it's still going. Never mind. As I say, it's about as good as I could hope for. Brutal greens. That's tough. That was actually pretty much what I was trying to do, and it looks like we're gonna have to chip it again. Brutal greens here at DPC Pebble. Now we got 8 yards. At least we're on an upslope this time, so it's gonna be basically the same shot, just a little bit less. Try to land this at the very bottom of the net, maybe even before it. Oh, or just shank it. Oh no. Oh no, stay on the green. Double, yikes. That was a horrendous 60 degree there. Not gonna spiral. Not gonna get frustrated. That was just a terrible shot. All right, 2 over. So much for keeping it around even. 4th hole, par 4, 330, shorter par 4. There's the ocean. I'm gonna say it now. I hope not, but there'll probably be at least 1 or 2 balls into the ocean, I think, across these 18 holes. Aim towards that bunker, hopefully fade it off that a little bit. High toe, 148 ball speed though. That'll work out. Gotta release my hands a little bit more across the bag, especially the longer clubs. All right, 62. Up about just over 3 yards, so 65. I'm gonna go 56. Camera's still going, which is always good. Got some shade now over here, but you never know. This warmer weather. Middle of the summer, I usually have to come out here a couple hours later, so right around now is when I would start coming out, or even actually a little bit later when the shade comes over here. I first came out here, everything was in the sun. All right, 56. Yikes. Yikes, yikes, yikes. Wedges were really good on course the other day too. Those are 2 sculled wedges. I'm making it easy on myself. All right, 27, going to the 60, that 56. I mean, they're both in the doghouse. I sculled the 60 from 10 yards, and then I just sculled that 56. It's gonna come out left, so we're gonna have to aim here. We're on a big upslope, this thing should launch high and come down pretty soft. So we need right in that ballpark. It's up about 2 yards, so we're in that ballpark of about 30 yards of carry. Thinned it, but got it to work. Probably a bogey. Par. All right. Hanging at 2 over. 5th hole, par 3, 198. It's gonna be a 6 iron. Hopefully we keep this dry. What do we got for slope? Like 1.5 yards, 2 yards. Still gonna be a 6. Hit it good. And it's fading a ton. Oh boy. This could be trouble. Alright. Oh, are we going to play from there? I was going to say that's 1 in the ocean. Oh man. We going to play from this? Club face must have been open. I felt like I hit that good. And there was some other reads on the first round where it was fading more than I thought it felt like. That was an example of that there. I thought that was going to be pretty good. What are we going to do with this? 27, up 11. Oh boy. Well, this is a hidden hope. I'm gonna hit a pretty, I mean, I can't open it and hit it super full because obviously it'd be way too much. I think probably around 60, 70 yards maybe if I hit this 60 full, which I can't do with these nets, but I'm gonna try to launch this as like a, we're in the deep rough, which is going to be what, 21%. So I think I need in the ballpark of about 45. I don't know, I'm going to go like 3/4, 60 degree, completely opened up, swing pretty hard at it, try to launch this over that, this sand berm that we're by, but let's see. Pushed it right. Got it up there though. I almost shanked that. That was very toey. But from that position we were just in to be here, could definitely be worse. I thought that was gonna be the first ball into the ocean, but 12 yards, 7 degrees up, so this should at least land soft. It's gonna come out left, so we'll aim there. Looking for about 10 yards of carry. Pulled it left, but oh, right off the pin. Bogey. Again, can't say I'm pleased with that, but from where we were, all right, this is probably one of the most iconic holes on this course. I mean, bogey from where we were. Can't expect to go to Pebble Beach here and shoot a crazy low score, especially from these back tees, but 3 over through 5, 6th hole, par 5, 5-2-5. There was a Shell's Wonderful World of Sports. There's some older videos on YouTube. I've really enjoyed watching those. They do basically a 2-man match, and I think it was Jack Nicklaus, I want to say, or maybe it was Arnold Palmer versus Sam Snead. It was two of the older legends of the game. They were playing this course. It was cool. They had it was like someone had like their golden retriever running around on the course. Really cool. If you guys look up Shell's Wonderful World of Sports, they did I may have talked about it before on the channel, but they did like a remastered version in like high quality. It's pretty cool. All right, need a good one. Better. Right out of the middle, but the club face was a little bit open, so it's going to fade up the right, but I thought the ball speed would be a little bit higher. Didn't swing it super quick. 102 on the club, 140, about 144, but that was dead center of the driver face. Good fairway finder, though. I choked down just a little bit on that one for the sake of a little more control. Nice easy shot here. 238. All right. I mean, we're 3 over. It's not a terrible round, but I'm going to go 3-wood. Probably not the best play in the world, but we need about 250 total, so going to aim there, and as long as we can get it up in the air. Moving all this mulch around. All right. This would be a great time to hit a great 3-wood. Thin and left. Go. Didn't hit it very good, but that's a pretty great result. Birdie, let's go. That's been the miss with that club all day today. Low, heely, thin, starting left, fading back a little bit right, but I will take that 10 times out of 10 on that. Also, maybe I stand corrected. Maybe this is the most famous hole on this course, but 7th hole, par 3, 111. I believe my uncle had a hole-in-one on this hole on a simulator. He did an indoor simulator league. Cool if I could do that here. Honestly, I just want something dry. So basically 101. Aim a little bit left. It's going to be a choke down approach wedge. Just try to hit this as best as I can, close to 100. Felt pretty good. All right. All things considered. Again, that came out pretty straight. I thought that was going to fade a little bit, but we aimed left. I would have thought that was going to be pretty much at it. That came out pretty much what I wanted. Kind of surprised again that faded as much as it did. What do we got? 6 yards. Upslope at least. We'll go there. So basically I gotta land this like here, I think. Like 3/4 halfway to the net. Even that was too much. I flew it just a little bit too much. I was looking in this area, it kind of landed here, but that's not bad. And the fact that the Garmin can even register a 6-yard shot like that, it's pretty cool. Not bad though. 2 over through 7, 8th hole, par 4, 430. More ocean and rocks to contend with. Dog leg right. Should be fine off the tee, but that second shot will be interesting. Oh, maybe not. Well, I'm still gonna hit driver, and I'm going over here. Oh, I hit it hard, but I pulled it left. And it's fading at least. It's not bad. 151 ball speed. That was a low. Actually, it was pretty close to the middle. It was just low on the face. Actually, though, from where we aimed, that's not a terrible shot. 214 left. Down about 4 yards. I'm going to go 5-iron. Toey, it's going to be short. Stay up, stay up. All right. Gotta work on my irons. Gotta work on everything, but specifically irons. 19 yards over this bunker. Gotta launch it high, land it soft. Up about 1.5 yards. Upslope, which is good. So we'll go here. Got to be just shy of that. 19. Thinned it, but that may work out. Sit. Alright. Stabbing at it again. Caught that really thin, but that was lucky. We're lucky that stayed inside the inner circle. Looked like it almost was going to hit the pin. At least it was straight, but 2 over through 8, 9th hole, par 4, 519, down 13 yards. Got so many balls over here now, I'm kicking them around. We got tons of pollen in the air, I can feel a sneeze brewing. Alright. Don't hate the ball speed on that last driver swing. See if we can do something in that ballpark again. Take advantage of this 13 yards of downslope. Aim up on this hill. Should hopefully fade and then funnel down towards the right. Ooh, that was probably the worst swing of the day. That's a duck hook left. Ride the cart path. What was that? 211? That's about right. That was terrible. Seems like I added this extra net just for some extra protection over this middle section, but these zip ties, seems like there's already been a couple. The ball comes, and I don't know if it's the ball hitting the zip tie directly or it's just the speed of it. It's popping these off, but I'm seeing a couple under here. I've lost a few. I may need to snake through the rope to better hold that, but pretty happy so far with how this is holding up and the extra nets and everything I did. Eventually, like I said, I added this net over the middle just because that's where the majority of the balls hit. This is the old one that was here, so there's some wear marks up on this one. So worst case scenario, I'll just add one more, maybe starting about here and then down just over this middle section again. But I think it's pretty close to dialed in from how I want it. 319. Maybe another 3 wood. I'm gonna open this one up a little bit. And catching them, I think I'm closing down the club face too much, trying to reduce the slice, but I'm gonna open this up a little bit more and just try to release my hands better. Or chunk it left. I released my hands, but I chunked it. I remember I was doing that a few rounds ago. I was saying I was opening clubs up to force myself to release my hands. I should probably do that more. I get into a period of where I see the ball over fading and or slicing, and I keep shutting down the club face more and more, and it basically exaggerates it versus just fixing a little bit of the swing path just in my release. Kind of the way I think about it and what I was doing, which seemed to be working, is just having the club face a bit more open, so I know I have to really release my hands, otherwise it's going to start right and even stay further right. I'm gonna keep doing that. I think that one had a pretty big draw from the R10. In the rough, 92, down about 4 yards. It's gonna be an approach wedge, and just gonna try to get the distance right. Just shy of a hundo, I think, gets it done. Oh, talk about releasing my hands. Started left, see if it fades back too much. That's been the miss with this club. I was leaving them short the first round. I was babying it. That one flew it too far. Good 100-yard shot, but we needed like 90. I felt like better contact though. I'm gonna have to open up the clubs more. Kind of a daunting thought when you slice or fade the ball. Opening the club face even more seems counterintuitive, but you kind of need to trick your brain, or at least I do. Open it up to really force yourself to square things up better. 10 yards, down slope, so this is gonna run. So I gotta play this. I'm just gonna go just before the net. Or to the bottom of the net, but whoa, whoa, whoa. What was that? That is, I mean, I think we were on the green, but 34 yards? How did that happen? I hit it a little too hard, but not that hard. That's a glitch. Well, that's an unfortunate break. 24 now. Guess I'm sticking with the 60. Up about a yard. Gonna come out a little bit left. Huh. That was strange. Chunked it a little bit, but that's probably gonna be a double. 7. Yikes. Now that's one way to finish the front 9. 5 over through 9, 10th hole par 4. What happened on that? Weren't we in a halfway decent spot, I thought? I mean, I think that was the one I duck hooked the driver. I don't know, all these holes are blended together. Second round today, I'm going on 36. Oh well, can't go back. More ocean all along the right. Wonder whose house that is over there. Probably a pretty expensive piece of property, I would assume, right on the ocean on Pebble Beach. Alright. See if we can get a couple of those strokes back. That was unfortunate with that 10-yard putt 60-degree shot. Dead center of the cliff face, but that was about as high on the face as I could hit it. Sounded terrible too. That didn't leave a mark or anything, but that was partially off the white crown. Going from bad to worse. 254 luckily on that somehow. That was probably generous, but that was pretty unfortunate with that putt. 238 left. It's going to come out to the right, so I'm going to go there. And I'm going to go 4 hybrid, down about 3 yards. So if I hit this good, it's going to be too much, but I likely probably won't hit it stellar. So we could get one of those thin to win, chunk to win type of shots here. Hit it decent. Oh, it's fading a ton though. Oh, that's wet. Or are we going to be on the beach again? Alright, we got another beach shot. See, that one, club face was open. I thought I hit it better, but apparently club face started open and stayed open. Contact felt better though. 132 ball speed with the 4 hybrid. Carry raw was 200, carry game was 223. Felt like a decent strike. 38 yards, up 10. I'm gonna go 60. This would usually be more along the lines of a 56, but I'm gonna open the 60 up a lot and kind of swing at this again. Thinking like a 75% opened up 60. Didn't hit it great. Came out right. Yeah. Toey. Those shots are tough. Wow. We're crumbling. We're messing up this scorecard pretty good. 16 yards. At least we're on an upslope. It's going to come out a little bit left. Try to carry this 13, 14 or so. That was better. I think I'm just trying to take advantage of these high nets. I've been opening it up way too much. That was more along the lines of what I would play on course 2. That was a better square shot, a little bit lower of a flight. Got to get back more into that a little bit more, I think, versus trying to utilize the super tall nets and hit like crazy unrealistic flop shots when I don't really need to. 6 over through 10. 11th hole, par 4. 389. Alright, we gotta get a couple pars, maybe a birdie or two, get back on track here a little bit. Definitely not striking it super great, but not getting down in the dumps. Definitely played worse. Kind of a average pedestrian type of round for me back here again. The first one wasn't too bad, but ooh, up 24 yards. So I think 24, that's the total hole, but we'll be lucky if we get like 240 out of this, I think. Be happy with 250 plus with that 25 yards of oh, club face was open. That was hit pretty hard. That wasn't a bad swing. unfortunate with that upslope, and that launched pretty low. That felt good off the face. 150 ball speed. I knew I hit it decent, but maybe a slight misread again. That one felt better. Thought it would result in a little bit better. That one I could feel. I slowed it down, kind of lagged it a little bit, and came through. I could feel the club kind of flexing and bending and then catching up. Good tempo, or at least better tempo on that one. 149 up 8. All right, should be a stock 9 iron here. Well, I released it. See, that one came out, I don't know about that. That felt like a pulled draw. Garmin had that fading a lot again. I had that coming out left and drawing even further left. $14 out of the bunker. Holds a little bit left, may need to go just a little bit, or a lot. Oh, that's not going to stay on. Now I launched that one too low. Too high, too low, too high, too low. Too strong, too soft. 8 yards. We're in the semi-rough. A little bit left again, but all right. What's that going to be? A double? Bogey? Losing track of all these shots. Racking up the score here. 7 over through 11. 12th hole, par 3, 217. Down 10. We got 207. Kind of in between a 5 and a 6. Try the 5. I can feel. I don't think I'll be able to get the 6 there. It'd be a well-struck 6, but the 5's probably a better play. Again, a ton of fade. I feel like I'm squaring it up better. I mean, it's a well-struck 5. That's right in the ballpark. I played this to about 215. I hit it good. It's just I didn't have that fading that much again. Could be a slight alignment issue, I guess. But I don't know. I feel like I'm kind of getting a little over-penalized with some of these fades. Felt like I released it good, hit it good, and we're like 20 yards to the right. 23, it's going to be a 60. We're in the rough. Should be decent. Go. Now stay. Alright. We will take that par all day long. Better wedge shot there. 7 over through 12. 13th hole, par 4. 4-5-1. I feel like we're through some of the super challenging holes. I feel like the back nine's a little bit easier, but maybe not. high toe. That one felt like a high draw swing, and Garmin still had that fading, but 271, can't complain about that. Might as well. I'm gonna start ripping these next couple driver swings. Try to give it a little bit extra. 181 left, up about 4 yards. I'm gonna go 7-iron. I guess, might as well. I guess we'll try it these next couple holes. I'm just gonna move the R10 just slightly left. Hopefully I didn't mess with anything, but it's crazy how just literally that was like a fraction of an inch one way or the other. This should make the start point just be a little bit further left, so these fades, it'll have slightly less fade, I would think. Should straighten things out a little bit on the ones that I feel. Obviously I'm not trying to, if you hit a massive slice, you don't want to align it to where it's like that way, so even if you're hitting slices, you're down the middle. But I felt like some of those were a little bit overdone on the side spin. Oh, that's not good. That was low and left. Then to win though. That's lucky. Par. Fourteenth hole, par 5, 588. As a bug flies in my throat. I'm gonna swing at this one. All right. Hit hard, started left, low in the face. Yeah, it's a little more like it. Kind of a low bullet up the left. That's when it felt a little more accurate, start and finish wise. I think just that little bit of a fraction of a move of the R10 towards the left helped out. I think the other ones I had slightly misaligned, so it was aimed a little bit too far to the right, and it was over exaggerating some of those fade type shots. That was hit relatively hard, it was just low in the face. 149 ball speed, 101. 231 left. Up 12, so it's gonna have to be 3-wood there. Alright, that one's gonna be right. And I chunked the you-know-what out of it. Tree trouble. Another punch shot. Nice 218-yard 3-wood. 115, up 6. Punch a 7-iron, I guess. Oh, that's left. There's a shot I was looking for, roundabout, but didn't quite pull that one off. 13 yards. We're on an upslope, which is good. Not much side slope, so try to land this about 10. A little bit left, but should be decent distance. Better shot. Kind of stabbed at it a little bit again, but par. All right, piecing it together a little bit here. Still 7 over, but at least we're not making it worse. 15th hole, par 4, 402. Saw 14 yards of downslope or upslope. It's 14 yards of slope one way or the other. I'll have to double check it. Down 14. All right, that helps a little bit. Give this one a little bit of a ride. Hit hard again, but just a little bit left. Is that one fading? It is. Had a decent amount of fade on it too. That one I felt like I kind of came across, so that's probably about right for the club path on that one and the amount of fade. But 288, I mean, 150 ball speed. Wish I would have figured out that alignment issue on the first round. I should have moved it as soon as I had a couple questionable ones over fading to the right. 115. Down 2 yards. All right, I mean it's gonna be an approach wedge, and like a 3/4 approach wedge. Just gotta try to control the distance. Did we do it? All right, I mean that's pretty good in my book. A little bit short, but we'll take that for sure. Another par. 3 holes left. 16th hole, par 4, 405. 7 over still. That's been what, 3 or 4 pars in a row? All right. Gotta try to start this one a little bit more right and kind of pulling them. By right, I mean I'm still gonna aim up the left, but start it more, swing out to the right a little bit more on the net. That's the second time I've done that today. Miss hit it. Very low on the face. That's a low bullet up the left, but it'll play. Trying to engage and utilize more of my legs. Kind of squat into it, if you will. I mean, for a miss hit though, 142 ball speed, that was very low on the face. 156 left, down 7. Just gonna go 9, smooth 9 into this. Aim to the fatter part of the green. Should be there, or about. Pretty close. I mean, it's dead center of the face, just a fraction Healy. Swung kind of easy at it, but I mean, we got 150 out of it. Usually play the 9 to about 150, 155, so I guess I just need a little bit more of a fuller swing. Still going though. Par. All right, 2 holes left. 17th hole, par 3. 204, down about 4 yards. So I'm gonna go 6 iron. No one's fault but my own, but yeah, I wish I would have just moved the R10 slightly about 20 holes ago. Kind of want to play more now that I didn't think I was fading them that much before. Striking it a little bit better these last 5-6 holes. That was toey. Catch the front. That's going to be short, but get a bounce. Go. Still not a terrible swing. Got 197 out of it, just wasn't quite squared up. Got to trust my ability to release the club. I think, like I was saying, overdoing, shutting the face down too much. Got to open it back up a little bit more and just trust it. 8 yards. All right, should be pretty straightforward as long as we don't get a crazy read here. Just gonna try to land it right, I think, in this area, in between there and just the very bottom of the net. But basically, we're just gonna get this started, let it roll. Should be pretty good. Wow, what is that? That doesn't make sense. I think it's like pulling out the putter. Is that what's going on? Like, that should have been pretty good. And it's like, it's not. I mean, I get that's a very temperamental shot. Only 4.5 yards. I flew that. Like 6, 7. Couple strange reads from the side of the green. Oh well. Up to 8 over. 18th and final hole. Par 5, 539. Slice one to be bad on this one. Can't miss this one left. Another great job by these designers, though. Imagine this tee shot in real life. I'm just gonna try to blast it, honestly, towards this tree. I'd take the bunker all day long as opposed to water. Well, it's gonna fade, and I hit it pretty decent. That one I kind of purposely left the club face open just so I was dry. Didn't necessarily want to be in the bunker, but all right, fairway bunker is going to play what, 5 to 10%? I think it's a dynamic lie. We've got 298, so I'm going to go 3-wood out of here. And again, yeah, I like over there, maybe even slightly that way. Get this thing up there, have a wedge shot, maybe scrape out a par. Chunked it, came out left. Kind of all we needed though. Hit that pretty poor, but should just have a wedge. 87. Up about 2 yards. All right. See if I can finish this off with a decent approach wedge. Tendency to come up long with this club, so in my head, I'm gonna try to hit it about 75. maybe a little bit long. Not bad though. It is a touch long, but ooh, had a little bit of spin on that. Sit. Stay there. Oh no. No, no, no. Alright. Well, here we go again with another. This could be a wonky read. Just off the green. I wonder maybe if I have to, the club selection, I know it's getting cut off by the video, but it's telling me to hit lob wedge. I should have looked. Maybe the other ones were on putter and I need to change it, but that shouldn't matter what you hit. Like, you can have it set, at least what I think is the case. Same thing with like Home to Hero. You can have it set to driver, and if you're hitting lob wedge, it doesn't matter what it's, that's just like a suggestion. It doesn't, that's not taking into account any of what the launch monitor is telling it, so that shouldn't really matter. It's just maybe a slight glitch. I did read, I'm in a couple Facebook groups for GSPro, and people said there has been some black screens and like rounds shutting off halfway through. So that could have been, those two weird ones around the green could have been weird glitches in GSPro, but alright, 9 yards. It's going to come out right, and the green's sloping a pretty good amount that way, so pretty much same thing as last time, towards the bottom of the net, maybe just before it. Should be pretty good. Yep, a little bit soft, but take that all day long. Alright, so from DPC Pebble, aka Pebble Beach, and Pebble Beach, California. Designers Cook23 and Soupy. I'm assuming it was a collab. Great job by those folks. We ended up with a 8/80. Strung together, what was that? 5 pars in a row, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Bogey on 17, and then a par to finish it on 18. 1 birdie on 6. We had a triple on 9. We had a double on 3. But besides that, not terrible. 41 on the front, 39 on the back. I think that little bit of an alignment tweak with the R10 helped out. I was losing things further right than I thought should have been, but that's my fault for not catching that sooner and changing it. Usually it's just I hit my shots on the range first, and I usually catch that if that's the case, but kind of tough your first couple swings of the day. Tough to tell exactly how dialed in it is, but hopefully I can, if that happens in the future, I'll catch it a little bit sooner. Take a look at the stats. 11 pars, 1 birdie, 4 bogeys, 1 double, 1 worse. No eagles, unfortunately, but that's kind of to be expected. Longest drive, 288. Take that. 266 average, 146 average ball speed, 150 best ball speed. I'm looking at this handicap. That didn't seem to change it. Maybe I just need to restart GSPro for that to take into account. I did delete that ferry point round, which I thought was the culprit. But 26 putts, no sand saves, no mulligans, a little over an hour. Again, greens regulation, wedges, and iron shots weren't great. A little bit better on the back, finishing a couple holes, but 64%, 9 out of 14. A little bit low. I'd like to be 75% plus with the driver, but for a course like this, not too bad. So overall, I mean, from the furthest back tees at a course like this to be 8 over, I'll take that. And better mood, better attitude, better emotion control, I guess you could say, versus the last time I was out here. But I think it helped. Finishing second in that tournament, I talked about that in the first round, but that was a confidence booster. Haven't only played a couple times on course, so didn't really even expect to be that close, but we had a pretty hot start to come out of the gates. We were 1 under. We birdied the first hole, parred the second one, so we were 1 under through 2, which I knew after the first like 4 or 5 holes we were going to be in contention, and then the rest of that it was just trying to piece together a decent round and not blow up the scorecard. But that was a confidence booster, so hopefully back to, I just need to, driver was manageable, wedges weren't too bad, we had a couple of those unfortunate reads, but irons, I think it's just mainly like I was talking about, alignment was part of it, but I just need to open up the face a little bit more at address and just trust that I can release my hands and straighten things out a little bit more versus kind of swiping across it, leaving the club face open. But hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Appreciate it if you guys check out those Amazon links if you do any purchases. Again, great way to support the channel at no additional cost. Whatever you're looking to buy on Amazon, household things, whatever, you can check the price before, and then you can click the link and then search any of those up. It's going to be the same exact price, just that little bit of a commission for me referring the traffic. That would just go to me instead of Amazon keeping it. So I would really appreciate if you guys do any of your Amazon purchases, if you just click those links first But hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Iconic course. Probably gonna rest up tomorrow. We'll see how I feel. Really nice weather this entire week, so do have my Florida trip coming up, so I want to stock up some rounds back here so I can have things edited and post them so you guys aren't with a week without videos. But until next time, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys at the next course.